What the juck is, everybody? Gender here, back at it with episode 31 of the 2026 progression series at Inkwell Note, where I've been waiting all week for one, and Inkwell has just gone up and abandoned us. At least we've got it in the micro site for the Faerun update coming our way. Saw the cosmetics we're getting. Yippee, we get to spend more money on Vax that will never be able to trade between our characters because EMS. Alright, let's get into this week of gains, as we had some decent gains across the board. First up, we had the Wild Hunter and the Demon Slayer Liberate. We uploaded Maple Pro. Oh, I didn't realize I was a professional in this game. We had the Sunny Sunday, Hexa Plus Honor, and the fake Magsol event. I was not online at all. I was looking at the game, saw that it was, it's a soul day. Yay, let me pop some souls. And then I'm like, wait a second. I'm not getting any mag souls. Interesting. Let me try again. Interesting. I didn't get any. You know what? Let me try again. Then I checked the Discord, realized a lot of other people having this issue. Checked the website. I'm like, oh, right. It's bugged. Cool. Oops. What I get for not paying attention. But with this mate that is happening right now as I am recording this, as the game is offline for this 20-hour maintenance. Feels like it. It should be fixed. Fingers crossed. So no harm, no foul. I will not get any compensation. I'll just get what I lost. A bare minimum. Alrighty, let's dive into this week. So first big thing is that character goals. My plans for Star Force this Sunday has changed because the Kinesis is ready to get some gains. It went way above schedule. It's already to level 275, and I'm gonna world leap it. I'm gonna finalize finishing up getting my frags on it and bring it over to Kronos, and then it's gonna get some fat gains this Sunday that I'm looking forward to. And we'll go more into when I do the dedicated page for it, but it is good. I have given it a think. I'm not hardcore saving. I'm going balls to the walls on the Kinesis, so you should get some W gains. Alrighty, speaking of the overview of all the characters, the Rain is a little 2d8, and the Hido got a 278. I think it was 278 last week, I can't remember. But the Kinesis 271, the Errol's 287, we did ding level, and of course the Kinesis is 275. I also think my, where is it, Legion block, or the Mojuan, I included here. I believe it's not here. It should be here. Anyway, I also redeemed a bunch of potions on that, so my Legion went up a bit. Alrighty, I also have filled out the item overview. Look how pretty this looks of all my beautiful collection of pitch drops. So the Adele and the Ren are neck and neck, both missing 2 pieces from the collectible ones. So that is great. No one with the badge or the the total control, but that makes sense. We also have the Demon Slayer being the only one without seeing a pitch drop as of yet. All right, as for Kronos spending, we are looking at for this week. I've got a little keen by adding this here, but for this week here, we have I had nothing in the bank last week, but we did top this week out with 66.3 bill, spent about 10 bill on cubes for the Wild Hunter, the Demon Slayer, and then I went ahead and bought the Ren symbols, and that was minus 5 bill. God damn. So we have 51 bill left for the following week, which means I'll be around 113 bill after all these mules are done, and we get myself into some Kinesis gains. Alrighty, let's dive in on who was lucky. I kind of spoiled it with the item review, but where did my tab go? Here we go. This week for the diary, we had some pretty good wins. Not only did the Ren get its 15th belt, but the hero got a Source of Suffering, and the Adele has graduated from Hard Saren. I will probably not be doing Hard Saren ever again on the Adele. I don't know what it is about this class, but when it comes to playing it and playing, look, all my other characters are fine. They're good, they're great. Well, the Blaster was less than stellar, but look, the Ren, the Kanan, the Hido, the Errol, all great experiences in Hard Saren. But for the Adele, it is nope. It is a nope. We're going to Nature's Rage. I am happy to give up one pitch crystal to just have an easier week in Saren and be able to clear it in like 2 minutes. So that is W gains. All right, let's get into the list of characters and their individual gains. The Ren went up like 4 mil CP, all because I maxed out the symbols. Yippee! This cost so much money. That was the only gain the Ren made. We also are 1 week away from getting our first Eternal piece. Look, I now have a checklist before I do any Kalos in particular. I will make sure I do a hard reset because Kalos loves to just nuke me whenever I have a a Maplestory client feeling a little too loose with its RAM usage. But yes, we are now at 4 Dreamer belts, which is crazy. 100% I should be able to hit a 23-star Dreamer belt. On like 100%. Like, sure, I need like $1 billion money for it, but hey, it can happen. It can happen. And we are also on pace to get Kitty Badge, and that's really let's talk about this character because it has hit the soft cap. It is what it is, but for start forcing, the Ren has hit the soft cap. All right, enough of the Ren. Move on to the Adele. Only biggest thing, I've also spoiled this as well, but the biggest thing is that it did get the Nature's Rage. I am throwing cubes on it here and there, but now I have to balance between the Blaster and the Adele on who gets the free solid cubes for that 1 in a billion chance of hitting a 3-line attack, because that's what I need to do to upgrade their secondary or their emblems. All right, so yeah, not much else changed on the Adele, and we can move on to the Blaster, which I think got nothing. The biggest thing to talk about on the Blaster is that next week it's going to get enough pitch cores to be able to buy the book and the map. And the map would be a massive, massive increase because we're still rocking this 12-star monocle. Sure, it's transposed, legacy transposed, but it's 12 stars. We also have a Zerk to tap, and so between the ET, which is 18 stars still, and map and the Zerk, we're looking about 120 bill off the cuff there. I think it's like 36 bill each for the map and the Zerk. We've had 10444 for it, and the ET is like, I think it's like 65 bill. I'm not doing the math right now, but some really good gains to be made on the Blaster, and that honestly may take it beyond the 300 mil threshold, which is kind of insane. I wish I could play this class properly, because that damage would be absurd. All right, so yeah, that's my idea is that because I'm focusing like this week on the Kinesis, and then the next Star Force will probably be on the Errol, it's going to be a while for the Blaster to see some love. So I may as well just hold off, wait until I can go all the way, because if I can get a Jenny badge maybe, I'm not sure if it's better than a 17-star Sengoku badge. Like, sure, it's a legacy, it's 33% stat, like, goddamn. But look, it doesn't hurt to wait, because the longer I wait, the higher chances of Will and Damien being kind to me. Then we'll see what happens. I'm not in a rush to get any more gains on the Blaster, and that's it. All right, moving on to the Hayato. I think the Hayato made some gains. I think I redid its hyperstats. That's about it. Nothing really changed on this. It's slowly accruing spares. That's going to see some pretty good gains when I tap these arcades. It should easily hit over the 200 mil mark. Someone is speeding outside my house. How dare they? But the biggest gains that this thing can make is getting that matrix. Like a matrix on this thing, 3-line matrix, it's like a shit ton of stat. Like I should have screenshotted it. I swear I saw a 40 mil increase with a 3-line attack matrix. I think that was comboing off the 4 set as well. Like, god damn, that is a huge, huge chunk of damage. And also the pots on this are pretty cool. Look at this, 24%, 24%. These are on arcades, 24%. I should honestly also probably do Eternals on this, because it's kind of free just doing normal Kalos every week. It's like 10 minutes, like not even. The only issue is that I gotta like be on point looking for the parties. But it's like, God, to get all three, it's 30 weeks. It's a big commitment. But look, if I did this at the start of the year, boom, these guys would have been 3-piece Eternals. It just takes time. And it gets even better if I learn the bosses. But we'll do that later. We'll do that later. All right, speaking of making no gains, actually, I lied. They kind of made a 100k range this week. Huge, but they kind of been in the same spot as last time. Just doing bossing. It is getting the frags from doing high mountain at least, so that's why it leveled up. Getting like, what's like 18% for per high mountain at the moment. 19%, look at that. Not bad indeed. And here we go. We see the cost average of at least the Zerg going to 22 stars, about 444 for it. There's some decent gains there on the table. All right, moving on. The Shade, I think the Shade lost range. Yeah. Hey, I try to hide it, but no, I have no idea how it lost range, but hey, it did. But it hit level 9 Ascent, and this is about the frag investment at level 9 Ascent. So it's about, I think, what? It's like just shy of 500-ish frags to go from level 1 to level 9 Ascent. It's like 725 if you get everything, you leave everything level 1. It's a decent, it's an extra bit of investment. But hey, things to do to make bossing easy. I am hoping with a bit more juice. I think the benchmark is 250 mil CP to be able to open up Gloom. I think that's going to be that's going to be the goal. Save that 1 minute per week across all my characters. That's 15 minutes of savings. The things you do to be a little bit more efficient. Ideally, though, this thing will eventually hit 250 sack. I'll show off the Kinesis when to show off the type of spec, at least for symbols I'm aiming for. But yeah, the Shade is still, and it's solidified in its role as a City boss mill. It'll be one of the last one I choose, even though it has a crazy glove waiting for me. This is 2-line crit, 1-line all stat. It will probably be one of the last I convert to Arcanes. All right, moving on to the Dawn Warrior. Dawn Warrior, I saw a 300k range increase. I don't know how. Maybe event stats, maybe. But yeah, nothing really else changed in Dawn Warrior. I didn't really get anything extra this week. Let's look. Slowly accruing spares to tap. Well, not spares, but pitch to tap. And I will probably just 4-4-4 for him, because like, why not? With my track record of not doing bosses, I'm gonna have like one team where I can't with nothing to use it on. So let me waste money on just 4-ing gear. I don't want to think about that. All right, moving on to the Lin. The Lin made no gains, and it is just making money, and that's it. So we have a quick little skim over. I think this is all. I didn't update this because I was lazy. But I still don't know what I want to buy, but it's probably just hard save until Journey Badge. But like eventually, come November, like all these characters are doing BM every week. Like holy shit, 13 BMs. If I make another character in November, 14 BMs. Make 2 characters in November, 15. Again, I don't want to think about that. Let's think about the now. We're reminiscing about the week. And speaking of massive gains, it is time to show the first winner of the week, and that is the Wild Hunter. Now, sure, I got 3-line boss, and this is. I import the Kai Soul onto this thing because I had no Mag Souls thanks to Sunday's event. But the what's it called? The Kinesis wouldn't be able to liberate in time to actually benefit from the Kai Soul, so it's going on the Wild Hunter. Got a decent 25 mil increase, and you can see that this thing is saturated in boss damage. Like, hey, let me do a comparison. This Ren. It's end game, well, mid game Ren, 507 boss. What does the Adele have? The Adele has 489, and here comes the Wild Hunter with a staggering 566. God damn, that is a lot of boss. Look at this, boss. Even got 9% damage here. Like holy. But yes, this is probably a good indication of just how much weaker. Well. I think it's a decent comparison between Arcanes and 21-star Absos. So can I do some? I'm not going to try it, but if we go to the Shade's probably a good example since their gear is roughly the same. It's like a 10% stat difference between the two, but they're 132 mil at 21 stars, and then the Wild Hunters at 117. So it's like, what, 15 mil extra going Absos? And a little bit more expensive? Yeah, decent equivalent of damage range. But yeah, that is the massive gains that the Wild Hunter got. It also, I think it got the Zerk way ages ago. I think it hasn't got anything else yet. Yeah, that is the massive gains for the Wild Hunter. And then coming up in the rear, it is Demon Slayer. The Demon Slayer got a massive 28 mil CP increase. Didn't get 3-lane boss, but still a little disappointing getting a 35% prime lane and then 10% attack. And then this is where all my souls went. So Radadai is being generous with giving me some non-pap souls, but holy fuck. I probably should have settled for the 7% one I got, but I risked it. And yeah, this is this is the result. Hopefully I get some better luck during the Mag Soul event, and the Demon Slayer can actually have a usable soul. I don't know where all they went. Yeah, 130 mil gain increase. I should also state, real quickly, for the Wild Hunter, if this was on attack, this would be plus 35 mil. Show you just how much better attack is when you have an oversaturated amount of boss. All right, and I didn't put the M here, so let's fix that up. Yeah, really good increase on the Demon Slayer. I'm hoping that bossing on this will be a breeze now. And because it has a pretty good, it's still probably going to be pretty weak. Well, first up, it's still using a Lydium Heart, which is crazy work. So I could plus probably another, what, 2-3 mil stat onto this thing. Well, CP on this, which is kind of crazy. And then, that's really what's missing out of the gate. But yeah, W gains on the Demon Slayer as we move on to the hero. The hero saw a massive 100, I think 12 mil increase because I bought a black card. Look, it was like 2 hours for reset. It was the only one I had it done. And I was like, fuck it, let's pop it. I have got the book from last week, and then this Source of Suffering was well earned. I did Diagonal, no problems at all. Went into Pillar. I kid you not, I died out at 0.1%. 0.1%. I quickly went right back in before I could tilt. Nearly died out again right at the end on the second attempt, but hey, it was all worth it. The more scuff the runners, the higher your RNG, and the hero is now 2 set. Well, 3 set with the heart, which is a pretty big pog. Just not sure how I'm going to actually put this thing on the hero when I have a decent item here already. I might actually, I'm either just going to wait until I can just go, I can just drop out of Golix, then I can just use this one, throw it into here, and I'm good. I'm probably going to do that for all my characters. Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, that's probably going to be the goal. And yeah, the hero is slowly making its way. We're here now. So next week will be here, and the week after. So I think the week after here, this is when the bosses are like mage resets. So do the calendar, turn it up here. So this will be what, the 27th. This will be the 3rd, and then this will be the 8th. Oh, sorry, the 10th. This will be after the patch. So the 10th. So we'll be liberating on the 10th of September, which is Prog. It'll be after the patch hits. Week after that. So yippee. So we'll probably try and find a red dot. I have like 3 other characters, 6 characters that can do black mage. I'm sure I'm gonna find a red dot trade somehow. But yeah. W gains for the hero. It's going to be liberating on the 10th of September. That's huge. Yeah, W gains for Sir Jander. All right, we're nearly done. The Errol saw a downgrade. Oh no. So unfortunately, the black heart ran out. Now I could just redeem another one, but I didn't want to do it and then just not play the Errol. I will probably pop it later to make bossing just a little easier. But the Errol is definitely in maintenance mode when it comes to upgrades. Still haven't done the last week of weeklies to max these out, and these are overfilling. We did hit 287. If I buy out all the mecha berries, I'm pretty sure I can go to like 90%. So I've got like 288 in the bag. You probably do that sooner rather than later because I have been training at a level 289 map. I don't want to move, and I have a shit ton of boosters to use. I have boosters on the Ren and the boosters on the Errol, and I will have to try and carve some time out because both the Mecha Berries and the boosters are going to take a while to use. I think I have like 120 boosters, which is kind of crazy. That's between 2 worlds. So I need to make sure I have enough time to do everything I want to do in Challenger World, World Leap it, and then just run boosters for like 3 hours, probably 4, probably the entire fucking at this rate. But we're getting close to getting the second pendant, which I'll be able to fiddle with this and actually get this to 21 stars, or all the way to 22 stars. And then we are 2 more weeks of Kai. 2 more. Goddamn. This weekend, next week. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, next week will be the last week of Challenger World, as we'll be world leaping on around the 7th or the 8th, which is, again, that's crazy. Over. Really over. The Ren will have to compete with the Errol on who gets Monster Park. All right. Time for the second last segment. That is the Kinesis. The Kinesis is more or less done. Its time in Challenge World is drawing near, and I probably already have World Leaped it. Sitting at 30 mil CP, as if we did hit 275. We did get the Shangri-La symbol to level 4. And this is like out of the cuff what I'll be probably aiming for my characters. If I do 5, that's like 240. No, I think it's less than that. I think, God, I can't do math. I think I have points into event stats as well. This will be 200. That's all 5. Yeah, ideally 250, so they get bonus damage on Turret Saren. I'm not sure if I want to go further, but the idea is that get all the characters to a hard Saren state. They can all try and try their luck at an emblem. Once they'll get emblems, they can then just do normal Saren, get a bit of extra money, and go from there. As for Hexa, I did actually pump in the numbers of where I'm actually going. This is probably my 3rd most invested. Like it's the Ren, then it's the Errol, and then we have the Kinesis. This is even more than the Hydo, the Adele, or the Blaster. Even the kind of like they're look, Operation Dive, W event, bring it back. Just make the event pass free this time. Thanks. All right, so the plan. The goal, hard Saren, of course. But yeah, we're looking to liberate. I think this is a fixed number. We can't do the same time as the hero. We have to do it the week later, which is still fine. But the idea is that we'll be leaping sometime between now and Star Force, and I will probably be 4ing everything. I'll just go 4, 4, 4, 4. Don't care if I'm paying the premium. I lack spares. We have a decent amount. We have what 3 DOMs. We have 3 reinforce here. I might just tap these until hopefully one of them goes to 21 stars. I'll transfer them just 4 for 20 to 22. The KTs, I'll be probably wearing this KT to get this KT to 21 stars and try for 21 on these as well. Transfer it and then 21 star. Let's force for it. I probably 1 and then I will 21 stars. And then I did get a superior belt as this was a high roller. This is already 20 stars, or 4 at 22, or just 4 at 21 stars. Then I'll need to fix up the pots on these 2. I'm not sure if I'll touch the emblem. The emblem's 2-line magic attack, like 1-line crit damage. I'm not sure if I want to push. It is 275, and we'll be able to do hard Saren sooner rather than later. Like, like 3 weeks time, it'll be liberated, and it'll probably be like 130 mil CP. But yeah, I'll be doing a bunch of cubing on this thing. Oh, it's difficult. I'm not sure if I want to I probably will cube straight away, just because technically money is free. I get 60 bill a week. I'm sure I could. It might be best to save them and wait for a potential cube sale for next month. We could be getting a test server soon. But the patch is, I kid you not, 2 weeks away. It's 2 weeks away. Like they should have announced the PTS already. Honestly, it should be next week. All right. Stuff to think about going forward. Yeah, Kinesis is ready to be toward leap, and I am looking forward to seeing some good gains on this thing. All right, now we have one more segment, and that is, of course, the plans for next week. So, Inkwell note? Inkwell note? Where's the Inkwell note? Inky! All right, on a more serious note, Kinesis will be world leaped I'll get the Genesis pass and clear C10E after it has bent or consumed its load. I'll probably redeem a black cut on it to make things much simple, and we go into what, the second last week of Challenger World. Yeah, I think that wraps it up. That's a good app, decent enough, not quite a mini WAP, but I'm not going to drone for 5 more minutes. I'm going to end it there. But yeah, as always, thank you all for watching. W gains for all the characters, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a jucking good day.